Damn it, Flurry.
Thanks, Pat.
Sorry, I'm watching.
That we are not sponsored by McDonald's in any way.
And that's an appropriate way to start our Deadpool movie review, I think.
Oh,
all you had to do was say Francis.
Yeah, I should have said Francis, but that's fine.
Your claims of professionalism are very, very dubious, Patrick.
Sorry, the fan took over for a second.
That's fine. I can't blame you. It's Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Okay, so as I said, we have all seen. We have all seen Deadpool. Not all together, but we're gonna talk about the movie a little bit.
Are we?
I hope.
Yes.
We can talk about how beautiful Ryan Reynolds is.
Shut up, baby. I knew it.
Turn that down.
It's me, Pat, and Mark today. We were trying to get Crosco on. I know you people think he's not real, but he is, and he didn't want to come on. He didn't know who Deadpool was when he went to see the movie. He still doesn't know who Deadpool is.
That's Spider-Man, right?
That's probably what he said. Pat, you saw it with him.
I don't recall him ever saying it was Spider-Man, but that would have been funny. So, oh.
He did, and I will bring this up in every movie-related subject. Crosco did ask if that was Darth Vader in episode 2. And 3.
He really should have, not going into that blind.
Yeah.
I
don't know how you don't know who Darth Vader is, but he managed.
Darth Vader.
Even back then, the internet was a thing, so could have easily just looked that up.
Knowing him, no, he just never saw Star Wars before then. I believe it.
That's obvious.
Way off. We go off tangent every time, and it's fine this time because it's for Deadpool. I almost said Daredevil.
Oh God, that would have been awful.
Why Spider-Man killing people?
He doesn't use swords. So, I don't know. There's so much to go over in this, but that opening sequence where they don't even tell you the actors' names.
Yes.
It's so well done.
It's so fantastic.
So many little jabs at the bad movies and Ryan Reynolds and...
Yes.
A British guy.
A gratuitous cameo.
Was the gratuitous cameo right when you got to see the crotch shot?
I believe so.
Okay.
I was wondering who the CGI character was, and it was Colossus.
I would think.
Well, I knew he was going to be in the movie. I didn't know he was going to be full on Colossus the entire movie.
Well, yeah, he never transformed, so.
Yeah, he's just metal the whole time,
Yes.
and I guess they couldn't afford an actual actor.
Yeah, they got his voice, which is great. They didn't have...
Wow. Well, he's not in any of the First Class movies, so we don't have to worry about a conflict there, but
Nope.
It's still a little weird.
They also made a joke about not getting enough people in there, too. That was fantastic.
I love that line. He mentioned the two different Professor X's. He's like, which one, McAvoy or Stewart? These timelines are so confusing.
Yeah.
Nice little nods to the X Mansion getting blown up every couple of months.
Blowing up Mansion gives character.
It's probably going to get destroyed in Age of Apocalypse.
More than likely.
That'll be fun.
The Mansion might as well just be wearing a big, giant red shirt.
Yeah.
The Xavier Institute gets destroyed, I think, from when Chris Claremont takes over to the present. It's probably in the triple digits.
Oh, good lord.
It gets destroyed a lot. And then the Jean Grey School, which is the current school for mutant kids, it gets blown up, not completely destroyed. Quite a bit itself. But it has a larger student body. It's actually a school instead of an empty building with 7 people in it. So, let's talk about the first half of the movie. Since obviously the way they do the origin is a little unique. We get the action scene everyone's seen online. touched up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they released that 2 years ago. I think I saw that whole throw the car scene.
Yes.
It wasn't bad. I like the flashback stuff more, but I do like how they split it up a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had really good chemistry with the girlfriend character. I know the actress. I can't think of her name. Gina Carrera? Or no, that was
No, she is hot chick. That's all you need to know.
yeah. I'm sorry to the actress. You were really good. They had really crazy chemistry. Like, I'm pretty sure Ryan Reynolds and her are. No, he's married, isn't he?
Yeah, he's married and has kids.
Still, I'm pretty sure.
They were
pulled
probably
a Brad Pitt. No.
they were probably just International Women's Day.
I love that.
That little no.
No.
That's the part that confused Cross.
Happy Lent.
I don't get it. That doesn't work.
I did that joke with Pat.
He did.
The Lent joke killed me. People were looking at me in the theater.
Oh.
The implication is that to them Lent is one day and they gave up sex for one day.
That was it.
I like the idea that they're both Catholic. That just...
Yep.
Oh man. I actually cared for them too. That was really the scriptwriters and the actors really came together there. I think because like it's easy to care for Wade. He's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to care in a movie. It's hard to care for a character you've just met.
Mm-hmm.
And Deadpool didn't have a lot of goodwill going in.
No.
But yeah, they really convinced me that these two fell in love.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they weren't the best people in the world, but they had each other.
Yes.
And then cancer completely fucked their lives up.
I think that really helped out show the humanity and all of everybody. That was right there. Mm-hmm. What drew people into his character. How he was willing to do everything.
Yeah. They did the Deadpool in an interesting way. That's a really important part of his origin.
Yes.
And in the comics, it's because he was in a Weapon X facility.
Mm-hmm.
And it was more a way to keep people going.
Yes.
As obviously everyone dropped like flies.
You mean it wasn't run by basically
Weasel.
A Tontine that wasn't run by the Mucinex virus?
That might be a villain in one of the future X-Men movies. I'm not going to give it away.
Spoiler alert, she doesn't make it.
But she does. I didn't think she would. It was, obviously this is a spoiler review. I'll put it in the title in case people get angry.
Yes.
I did not think she was going to make it to the end. I'm pleasantly surprised that they kept her.
Mm-hmm.
Her parts are really brief.
Woo!
Yes. I think she did a really good job for. She was only in the movie for maybe 15 minutes, but she really sold her part.
All day.
T.J. Miller was Weasel. They never flat out say his name. He's on the Deadpool, by the way.
Yes.
So apparently, somebody was going to kill that. He doesn't take jobs, but apparently somebody wants him to die.
Well, with a name like Weasel, eventually something's going to happen.
Yeah. What's funny is, all those guys with guns could have ended the movie right there. All they had to do is say, they're after Wade.
Mm-hmm.
Weasel, you're not a good friend. I wasn't expecting Blind Al. That's a deep cut. Though, in the comics, she's ex-S.H.I.E.L.D. And she was actually given the Wade as sort of a handler. I don't think that's the case here. Poorly. I would have liked more scenes with him and Al. I think they had a good dynamic.
Yeah.
That scene at the laundromat. Just wear red, dumbass.
Just wear red, dumbass.
I like his, they made fun of the costume evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
The Spider-Man stuff. I love that.
Please don't make it green.
Yeah, or animated.
Or yeah. They got 2 really deep cuts at Green Lantern in there. Did you see the little thing coming out of the guy's wallet?
Yep.
Oh man. I love the little action figure for crappy Wolverine Origins Deadpool.
Yep.
They trick you. He's like, "This is my most prized possession." Then he picks it up and throws it away, and it's a Wham album. Fun stuff.
No wonder bowls I fondled to get a movie.
Rise with Pulverine. What do you say? It's nice and smooth down under. There's talk of him being in the last Wolverine movie now, so that's something I want to.
Yay!
A lot of Star Wars jokes. I like how she said Empire. And he's like, "Oh my God, you were made for me." It was weird that the final battle was more about the sword play, but
yeah,
dude just picks up 2 axes. Get it? Because his name is Axis?
No, it's not. It's Ajax.
Was it Ajax?
Yes.
I don't care. His name's Francis.
He got it from a soap bottle.
I loved that. That was the best part.
He spelled out the name with the bodies.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to spell it out. Yeah, that's what he did.
He met Bob of Hydra. I love that. Hey, Bob! Hey, Wade. He didn't kill Bob. That was nice.
I'm gonna kill
you.
I'm gonna kill you with this Zamboni.
I love that. If you don't tell me where your boss is, you're gonna die in 5 minutes.
Really slow.
On the post-it note it said Zamboni guy.
I like the little fourth wall things. Like, I was talking to them. Then he broke the fourth wall in the fourth wall break.
Yes.
His math is a little dubious there, but I'll give him 16.
Yeah. Fourth wall within a fourth wall?
It's a 16 wall.
Yeah.
The helicarrier?
Yes. When I kept looking at him like, that's gotta be a helicarrier. There's nothing else that big.
They changed the design just enough so it doesn't look like one.
Yeah.
But
there's really nothing else that big that could possibly be. How did it get there? Like in the middle of New Jersey is beyond.
Yeah, it's like it's supposed to be in a junkyard. That's why there's scrap everywhere. But the idea was it was supposed to be a scrapped helicarrier, but they couldn't get the rights from Disney. Which is fair, because Fox has been nothing but terrible to them.
Yes.
And they're not going to play ball. So they had to change design so it looked like a helicarrier, but not the helicarrier from the Marvel movies. So that's why the propeller things were square.
Right.
It looked more like a freighter ship than a battleship. There was no runway on top. Things like that.
I love when they were strolling up to it and they're doing the music and everything, and then all of a sudden, where's your bag?
That Indian guy was...
The dynamic he had with the cab driver was good.
He's not a character from the comics that I recall. But I like that that's Wade's other power, is that he just meets people and has a connection with them. And they don't seem to mind that he's a killer.
He's in the trunk of my car.
Yeah.
I did not tell him to do that. I'm so proud of you.
You know what you do. You are going to let him go. Kill him. And then win your lady love with your charm and wits. Kidnap her. It was like, that was the best Homer Simpson conversation ever.
Oh my god.
And then, well, he never got around to it. Rear-ended.
Oh, anybody else burst out laughing when the baby hand showed up?
Yeah. Because in the comics, he just sort of regenerates instantly.
Yes.
And I thought that was really... He's like, am I crazy, or is your hand really tiny?
Yeah.
That must be so inconvenient.
If you excuse me, it's going to feel like it's really huge.
They did hint that his healing will get faster, because apparently he couldn't regrow limbs before, so maybe in the next movie it'll be just like Piccolo's speed. Shoop.
Well, if you think about it, I guess this is more towards his origin, so it kind of makes a little bit more sense at that point.
They didn't tie him to Wolverine, which was weird, because that's how he got his powers in the comic. They tried to give him Wolverine's X gene.
Yes.
And it reacted with his cancer poorly.
Yes.
I guess they needed an excuse to try to kill him in an oxygen tank, but...
The name of the actress you were talking about was Morena Baccarin.
Okay. Because Gina Carrera was Angel Dust.
Yes.
Who I was surprised was stronger than Colossus.
Well, you're probably not necessarily stronger, but obviously Colossus wasn't trying to fight her. Yeah. If you think about it that way. She obviously could hurt him, though, which was great. Oh, God.
I like that she had the super villainous nip slip.
Yes.
Something that that should happen to every supervillain who wears a top like that.
Yep.
And then she took advantage of it. And now we know why they dress like that.
It's not going to work on many heroes.
Everyone fears the T-Rex. I love how he was just trying to beat the crap out of Utterly. Oh my God, I loved it. And then he's like, "You're just making this worse on yourself." That had to be a Monty Python reference, right? I'm not the only one who thought that.
I was feeling it too. Just barring the flesh wound line.
Yeah.
He didn't really get cut or anything.
Well, he did cut his arm off.
To himself, yeah.
I'm reading more stuff about Colossus. Evidently, they offered the role to the guy who played it in Last Stand and Days of Future Past, but he didn't want to do
it. Yeah, that's fine. I like him better this way.
Mm-hmm.
He's improbably big. He's got that silly Zangief accent. He even pulls a Zangief move at the end.
Yep.
Which we now see is so easy to reverse, it's not funny. Negasonic Teenage Warhead isn't a character I was familiar with. She had a cool power.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a minute to figure out what it was, though.
She can detonate atomic energy?
No, she has to build up. She has to build up energy, and then she can release it.
Yeah.
So she can release it on impact, or she can release it in a direction. So I guess at the end, she did a multi-directional thing. But I thought that was neat.
Go ahead, finish your tweet.
I did like their interactions. The thing with Apocalypse being introduced is we might get the clone of Apocalypse, Genesis, who Wade is sort of like his uncle, in that he helped raise him, not that he's actually his uncle. But I just they did show off that he's really good with kids, sort of. I like that because Deadpool can get dark sometimes. It's nice to have him interact with people who aren't as cynical as he is.
Mm-hmm.
Like Colossus was a really good match. Like they picked the right X-Man for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
His speech at the end.
You were droning on and on.
You're right. I can't argue with him. That speech was getting a little boring.
Yeah. I'll just have to keep my eye out for those other opportunities.
Yeah. It's funny now because in the comics he's an Avenger. Oh, Wade.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, well, he's part of a lot of different things.
He'll probably be in the next. He won't be in any of the X-Men movies for a while because they're all in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But if they do X-Force like they're saying or New Mutants, he might be in those.
Well, that would make more sense.
Apparently, X-Force involves Cable, so he should be in that one.
Exactly.
Though I think they're going to put Deadpool in it. Because Hugh Jackman's leaving, and they're going to have to cast a new Wolverine. Eventually. So it makes more sense to stick Ryan Reynolds in wherever they can.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see, though. I am hoping this opens the door for more R-rated superhero movies.
I just hope that they just don't try too hard.
Yeah.
Disney, like Disney's weird about that.
Well, what happens is, whenever Disney has an R-rated film, they don't put it under their own name, but under their other name.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem for Marvel.
Right, yeah.
But Disney wouldn't let Tony Stark be an alcoholic.
But that's what he is.
In Iron Man 1, they hint very heavily, but 2, after they've been bought by Disney,
yes,
he's suddenly not. He's just dying of a random disease.
He was drunken, too, a lot.
No, they showed him drinking, but they didn't say it was alcoholism.
It obviously alcoholism.
Nope. He was depressed. As he was dying from metal poisoning.
Freaking God. Anyway, yeah, generally if Disney ever has any sort of R-rated movies, they don't put it under their Disney moniker.
Yeah, they have like Miramax and stuff like that.
Buena Vista Entertainment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't, like I said, it wouldn't be a point for Marvel, so I'm hoping, like Doctor Strange is supposed to be having a huge horror bent.
Mm-hmm.
I hope now that Deadpool is a success, they go a little darker with him.
They probably won't.
We'll see.
It's like, it's way too late even for DC's Suicide Squad to be dark.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Suicide Squad was always going to be PG-13 because Will Smith won't be in an R-rated movie.
Yeah. But he's been in R-rated movies before. What's the
but they were dramas.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. If he can get an Oscar for his R-rated movie, he'll be in it, but he's not getting one for Suicide Squad for several hundred reasons. But
I'm pretty sure After Earth was R-ful.
Yeah.
After Earth should have been, we can't rate this movie because we keep falling asleep.
I feel bad for some those people who have to do ratings for really terrible movies.
Well, you know what? The whole system is flawed. Like, if Steven Spielberg directs a movie, you can just tell him you're not making it R, and they have to do it.
Mm-hmm. Of course, it's a flawed system. It's been flawed since they created the freaking system.
Like, it should be like the ESRB for video games.
Mm-hmm.
No one has a deal like that.
Nope.
It's like Spielberg can go and be like, listen, I know there's a decapitation. I'm Steven Spielberg, though. So, PG-13.
I'm going to decapitate them with walkie-talkies.
Alright, probably. Ugh.
Like faces exploding and stuff in Lost Ark. I mean, nowadays...
Yeah, that would be an R. That wouldn't be an R. That would probably still be PG-13, but it wouldn't be quite as long.
He said no.
Back then, no, you know what? Back then it probably should have been an R. Especially, even Temple of Doom, that one scene with the heart.
Oh,
should have pushed it in
the
R.
heart right out of his chest, yes.
Yeah, dismemberment, I think, is one of the things they say.
Yeah, that's a hard. That's a soft R. That's where, if you shorten it enough, you could probably get it back down to PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't.
Again, it's Spielberg, so whatever he says goes. I don't know how he got that deal. Ugh.
Heck of a save.
But I think,
Anyway, back on topic.
I think, well, when we're talking about R-rated superhero movies, I think it's relevant.
There's only one.
Sort of a super. Well, right now, no, there's 3.
Yeah, though.
All the Punishers.
Yeah,
R-rated.
Yeah, Punisher's not a superhero.
Well, I know, but we're talking comic books in general.
Well, you should just make.
And Pat, if you go to any white hillbilly dude, they'll say the Punisher's a superhero.
Oh yeah, because that's who they want to be.
American Sniper.
Not talking about that.
An Alabama man.
These people also like that Superman killed somebody. So.
What? How'd you guys like the Stan Lee cameo?
I think Stan Lee was at the most at home he had ever been in his entire life.
Yeah.
If anyone was born to be a strip club announcer, it was Stan the Man Lee. In another life, in another Earth, that was his job, and he got just as famous doing it.
I wonder if he intentionally messed up his lines just so they could stay there.
Well, I mean, Mark, it's Stan Lee. He has so much money, he could just recreate that strip club in his basement and make 7 more.
Love, but you can rent it for 3 minutes.
Did I tell you how I invented Spider-Man? No touching, Mr. Lee. How about for an extra 100? Okay.
Now taking the stage, Storm. E-Pants.
He's also the guy who helped co-create Stripperellas.
Yep.
That would have been a hell of a thing if that was the name.
I almost expected a Stripperella, a stripper dressed like that to be in the background, but no. They went for boobs.
If he would have announced that, and Deadpool could have came out and said, "I thought they canceled her."
Yeah.
He tries to distance himself from that now, though. That was back in the 90s when he thought he was done with comics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how might he have fallen. Somewhere in his grave, Jack Kirby is laughing his ass off, though.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it. Anything else?
I don't know what we're talking about.
Well, we're just, I think we're just in final thoughts. Like, we talked about the R-rated movie thing.
Were theater people good for you? Like, did you see many kids and stuff?
No kids, thank God.
I've heard stories about kids being in this. I'm like, they've warned these people.
It's R-rated!
Yes. It is your business if you being a parent, because, you can do what you want as a parent, because you're an adult. You really should not.
Yeah.
This movie is definitely not made for kids to see at all, because there's going to be a lot of
Deadpool is a character
questions.
I would never let a young kid read in general.
Exactly, because that's just a lot of questions you do not want to answer in the first place. So,
like, even the bad Deadpool stuff is very violent and very mature.
Yeah, that's just it. Most parents don't really care about violence in general. Their biggest concerns generally are what they shouldn't be concerned, language and sexual situations, which that movie had a lot of. Anyway.
Yes, the first 20 minutes was a sex montage.
Yes. Mommy, what's Lent?
Like, he took a rough cut of the movie to a kid with cancer. That's a little different.
Yes.
As that kid, he's ready for an R-rated movie. If you have terminal cancer, you're good to go. But
that's understandable. That's also that also could be like a what do you call that? An inspirational thing too, because the character in the movie was fighting.
Yeah, because Wade got cancer, and
right.
Well, his treatment didn't help him much, but
nope. But
I can't help but feel, like as soon as he kills that guy at the beginning with the swords, and he actually does have that thing where he says, "Okay, your girlfriend's probably asking you, hey, since this is a superhero movie," that should be the point of no return for parents.
Yes.
Well, I think that entire sequence up to that point probably should have been when you take your kid out of the theater.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, the R rating should have been enough. I don't know how. Some people they did that with Watchmen too.
Mm-hmm.
That was R rated, and people went in with their kids. And if you'd done even the smallest amount of research on Watchmen, you could find out why it's not appropriate for young children.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, I could probably understand teenagers.
I would take a 13-year-old.
Yeah, but you definitely don't want to take young children in to see this movie. Yeah. They were told beforehand not to do this. So it's only their stupid asses.
I mean, that's why we have ratings. Fox isn't liable for this, and it's making tons of money.
They were told beforehand, so you can't be complaining about anything at all for this.
Like a mother complained that there should be a PG-13.
You know what?
Cut.
Yeah.
If you did a PG-13 cut of this movie, it would be like half an hour shorter.
Yep.
It wouldn't make any sense.
This is why you'll never see the movie on TV.
Oh, definitely. Oh no, I think we'll see it. But
years down the road,
they probably filmed alternate scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine. Though they did get a budget cut really late in filming.
Yeah.
And they apparently had to cut about 10 pages of script.
That's fine.
It was probably just for sex scenes.
That's actually they added the scene with Colossus and how they couldn't afford another X-Men because of those script cuts, because they couldn't.
Yep.
Yeah, they couldn't afford to film more scenes, which is actually probably why the movie is so fast-paced.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think works in its benefit. But
it does.
I kind of would really want to see what the original was like.
You know what's really funny? As I look at the track list of the soundtrack, I just can remember everything in the freaking movie just by reading this.
Yeah. It does a really good job of associating scenes with music.
It does. That's one of the best soundtracks that I've seen
in
this point.
Angel in the Morning.
Careless Whisper went up how many million views thanks to this movie.
Oh, did you guys see that dumb trailer at the beginning for that first-person movie?
Yeah, the Hardcore Henry.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What is that?
See if it comes out on the NX.
No idea.
Those graphics, man. I think they look kind of
like it was a first-person shooter.
When he was putting the silencer on his weapon, I'm like, this is GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's God Hand. If you guys played that.
Mm-mm.
No, I'm familiar though.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna see that movie, ever.
Yeah.
God bless them for trying.
I mean, they kind of have
me. Something different sometimes, but sometimes yeah.
It's just a video game.
Maybe like the first 10 minutes, I can see a first-person perspective.
Yeah, not the whole
come
thing.
on. They just didn't want to cast the lead. I thought it was going to be Cranked for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Cranked 4.
Oh, good lord.
Finally, they just give up and make him a robot.
And let's see, I got a trailer for Cloverfield, a.k.a. John Goodman Tries to Eat Everybody.
I didn't get that. I got that.
Independence Day 2.
No, I didn't even get that.
I got that. I must have got 7 trailers.
That's the only notable one I remember.
I remember Civil War and.
Oh yeah, Civil War was in front of it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I got Civil War.
Oh wow.
I can't remember any of the other trailers. Did you go opening night though?
I did.
I didn't. I went last Tuesday.
Yeah, I went Thursday.
Huh. That's weird.
Discount Tuesday.
Yeah, it is discount.
Yeah. I used to go to that. My shifts. No, that's weird. I can't remember any of the trailers.
Well, the movie kind of knocked all that stuff out of your head.
Probably. The movie was good enough that
I observed, I had gone after work, and I was really, debating on getting food.
Mm-hmm.
But, finally the trailers finally ended, and the movie started, and that's a sign of a good movie where it's I didn't pay attention to the fact that I was hungry.
Nope.
Yeah.
I was just that invested in the movie.
There's a very few movies that I'd be completely absorbed in where I would just not turn my head away from the screen, and that was one of them.
It was, I think, I had a thing of popcorn with me, and I realized I hadn't touched it for the first, hour of the movie. I'm like, oh, man.
What? Art, his dinner's getting all cold and eaten.
I thought I'd have a chance to refill it, but I didn't even finish it by the time the movie ended, so I just got rid of it.
You better not have left it in the theater. Deadpool would be that'd be a dick move. Man.
I've never seen that part of Ferris Bueller because they don't show it on TV.
Mm.
And I didn't think after credits were a thing that occurred in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know that was a reference till I got home and looked it up.
That's pretty funny too, man.
Yeah, as soon as he did the chicka chicka, I'm like, oh, right.
Yep.
Right.
Oh. You're still here? The movie's over. Go home.
Go home.
It doesn't work with Ryan Reynolds' voice, though.
That was I felt almost a reference to the producers as well.
Probably.
Because Mel Brooks did the same there. But Bueller, I think Brooks beat Bueller to Brooks beat him to
Well, the producers was a stage play long before it was...
Before a movie, yeah.
Well, there was the Gene Wilder version, though, too.
Yeah. It's been remade a ton of times before. I can't remember his name.
This is crazy. I'm looking at the track list on the thing, and I'm really rewatching the movie in my head, looking at that.
Yeah, I think only Guardians of the Galaxy really did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There aren't that many songs that play during the movie, but with Deadpool, they did a really good job tying it to the soundtrack.
I can remember Calendar Girl, Careless Whisper, X Gon' Give It to You.
Of course.
Yeah. Angel in the Morning.
All right.
Mm-hmm. That was in the beginning.
Yeah.
They started the movie with Angel of the Morning.
Calling Guardians out.
Great.
Deadpool.
That was just a fantastic scene where they just showed the still shot of what happened just a few minutes ago.
I still want them to do a cassette version of the soundtrack with Deadpool's face on it.
So, we talked about our reactions, but how did the people around you? Did you notice any of their reactions? Were there like their
the
laughs
theater
or
was
their cringes?
lighting up with laughs. I have honestly, besides Force Awakens, I've never seen a theater so engaged in a movie.
Hmm.
And I went twice, and the second time, The Force Awakens, an old guy fell asleep 7 times.
Wasn't
by
that
that metric,
he said that his wife kept waking him
his wife kept waking him up, and he woke up in the most stereotypical old guy fashion.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Whatever.
every time, and I'm like, let him sleep. But in this, my theater wasn't that full,
Right.
but everyone in there laughed.
Mm-hmm.
Not always at the same jokes, but
Right.
like
I found myself laughing a lot more than others.
I laughed at Bob. Nobody else in the theater laughed at Bob.
No one else knew who Bob was. That's what
No.
it was. It's understandable that you would, though.
Yeah. And then, I laughed at Hello Kitty when it came up.
Yep.
I think there was a B. Arthur joke in there.
He was wearing the shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, people laughed constantly. Not like in an annoying, one guy in an annoying way, but it was still pretty good.
There's always going to be that one guy in the theater who laughs in the
He had that lingering laugh.
like.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, the only incident I had of people like that were genuinely confused in the movie were, at the end when he got stabbed in the head and he starts seeing the animated stuff.
He obviously got hit in the part of his brain where that was controlling it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like people were wondering, is this a reference or what is this exactly?
The unicorn was a reference to earlier in the movie.
Yes.
By the way, that was supposed to be Pinkie Pie
Yes.
from My Little Ponies, who is Deadpool's favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Hasbro obviously wasn't going
They
to
weren't
allow
going
that.
to do that, yeah.
It actually lines up very well with his girlfriend, so that worked out.
But since the pony or the unicorn's like white, isn't it technically Twilight Sparkle now or whatever?
Well, they just used a generic
They just
unicorn
used a generic new unicorn.
because they couldn't use the My Little Pony at all.
Yeah.
But
They took the one from Despicable Me.
The fast forward of the scenes, though, fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, but too far.
You weren't supposed to see that
We're
part.
to see that part.
Ryan, in this scene, we need you to jack it. How hard? Teenage boy hard. I gotcha.
That is a face that after a few drinks and some understanding that I can learn to sit on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I heard most of the Weasel jokes about his face, but T.J. Miller, man, his delivery is perfect.
Wade, I'm not going with you because
I
don't want to.
The avocado thing.
Yeah.
Like, they have some real issues, and they have super rough sex so that nobody gets hurt.
Now, in the apartment, I've hid the cure for blindness.
No, he's like, in the apartment, I've buried 15 kilos of cocaine and a cure for blindness. Good luck.
Oh, man, it's great.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll see it again in theaters. This is another one where I think I just need to sit down with the DVD again.
I can't wait for the commentary. I'll definitely buy the DVD for this because you know he's going to do one in character.
I never listen to commentary. This is definitely a movie I would do that.
It takes a special type of commentary. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll always listen to the first 3 seasons of Family Guy because they're hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Simpsons is okay. Futurama, anyone's with Billy West and John DiMaggio, great. This movie, you know for a fact he's going to do it in character as Deadpool. And it's not going to make any effing sense, but it's going to be so funny.
Oh, man.
Like, I guarantee you they're going to mess with the movie somehow during the commentary.
They're going to sell out of this special edition Blu-ray when it comes out, I swear.
Yeah, probably. Oh, and that one episode of American Dad with the commentary.
Where they were doing the commentary during the show.
Oh, sad story here.
Yeah.
You see that cook in the background? Jimmy Yao. He was a stuntman. He died during filming.
We just heard the best funniest joke in the episode.
They just talked over it. Sorry about that.
It'll probably be like the special edition will be like in a collector's chimichanga truck or something.
I would buy that. I don't care how expensive. I'm sure there's gonna be some sort of deluxe version.
Mm-hmm.
That I won't get. But
maybe it'll include the Megatron ring.
The Voltron ring.
My apologies.
Voltron. I guess Fox owns the Voltrons, so yeah, they could do that.
More than likely. That was fantastic, man. So many references to so much stuff.
Balls and holes.
Yeah.
I never thought about just pitching him in there. That's actually a really good idea.
He did it. He's obviously good at it, so. He got all those tickets and got that Voltron.
Well, there's always that one prize at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
You want.
You are now keeper of safety of the galaxy, and you can erase things.
It was such a fun movie.
It was like so much good dynamic between all the characters, even between Wade Wilson's character and Ajax's character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ajax is probably the most boring part of the movie to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean when the villain is Angel Dust was interesting, even though she didn't have a lot to do. I think that was a shame.
Superhero landing.
It's very bad on your knees.
Very bad on your knees. But that's okay. I brought this guy with me to take care of it.
I love it. That was the exact Iron Man pose, too. Even with the head. I love it.
Toothpick in the mouth, huh?
Oral fixation. I don't know who the guy he was talking to in the lab was. The other experiment subject. I feel like he was supposed to be somebody.
Yeah.
They cut some scenes out, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
I love it when he threw the hubcap at him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, heads up.
Well, why don't you torture that jag off?
Yeah.
He's a good villain. I just think he's the least interesting part of the movie.
They were going to have Cannonball in there, but they took him out.
Oh, Cannonballs. That explains why they used Warhead, because Cannonball's powers are very similar.
Similar, right.
Cannonball's Cannonball's exactly that. I know why they took him out, because Cannonball has the same moral alignment as Colossus.
Right. They called him. He would have been a stupid hick character, so they decided not to do that one. And they would have made.
He's not a stupid hick. He just has a southern accent.
I'm just reading what it says.
And,
I know. They would have had Garrison Kane, but they would have spent too much money on CGI for his arms. So, yep.
Well, yeah, again, because they got a budget cut. I think Cannonball would have been fun, but he would have been redundant with Colossus.
He would have been.
Colossus needs a cynical person next to him at all times.
Yep.
That's why he's usually with Wolverine.
Yep. Oh man, I found it funny that the nut shot on him.
Yeah.
He got hit in the nuts twice.
It only worked once.
It only worked once.
Why would he even think that would work?
I don't know. It's because it's but you know it's because it's him. You know he's gonna try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You knew it was gonna happen. You knew exactly what was gonna happen.
Just so you know, there's like a elementary school around here, so
yeah, I love that.
Goes back way.
That was probably the best fourth wall joke when he physically turned the camera away. He's like, "You don't want to see this.
You don't want to see this."
Those people looking horrified. You know, it occurs to me that if he had just asked for Ajax, people probably would have known who he was talking about.
But he kept saying Francis the whole time. He was intent on calling this guy Francis.
And they're like, his underlings probably don't know his first name.
Yeah.
I kept waiting for Weasel or somebody to point that out.
Mm-hmm.
Still, that was, I don't know why they didn't go with Weapon X. They could have, but I guess at this point they were disbanded.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. I think, we've probably talked about it long enough. Final thoughts, anyone?
Can't wait for the sequel.
Yeah.
The squeakquel, Pat. The squeakquel.
Stop. Don't start getting this in reference with that show.
Don't you want it to have some sort of knock on a sequel title though?
Yeah, but they don't need to call it the squeakquel. That's for certain, because that just brings up bad memories.
I know. Actually, in another podcast, I'll have to explain why that did well.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting, actually. And people are attributing the same thing to Deadpool, but I don't think so. Mark?
I gotta agree with Pat. Just excellent movie, and I'm ready for the sequel already.
Yes. And to you, dear listener, I think it was great too, and I know you value my opinion most of all.
Hey, I'm Super King, the best one of the three.
And with that, we don't do number ratings here because number ratings are stupid. So I'm going to give this the greatest award you can give a Deadpool movie. Unlimited chimichangas out of 5. That's why it works. No, it's a good movie. Go see it. We don't do ratings. They're dumb. We will, this is probably going to go up next week with 2 other episodes because I made a promise I probably shouldn't have kept. Next week, if this is the last one you listen to, next week I will be on vacation, but there'll probably be something up. We'll let you know. You can find us on facebook.com/robothousepodcasts.
Did it earlier, so I'm not doing it now.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Patrick. And then please find our YouTube page and like and subscribe. If you like, we also have a question document. You can ask us anything.
You should probably tell them the YouTube page.
It's just Robot House Podcast. You just search for it. Or just search for Nerds at Lunch. We are the only Nerds at Lunch. I've made sure of that.
It's ironic a lot.
Sorry, Spanish school children. I took care of your little side project. No, okay, we're going to go before. So we'll see you all next week.